All right, so inevitably, I am going to trigger somebody who is very resolute in their politics. Inevitably. And it's usually a new person coming onto my Facebook that likes my information, but doesn't know my full politics, I guess. They're very excited by the fact of the power of the J juice and what it means for humanity, but they're still playing in that world of discrimination. They're still vegans and vegetarians. They think that anyone that eats meat is torturing animals. I mean, it's really gotten to a very extreme type of projection that is not a characteristic of the J juice crowd. Okay, we are learning balance with the J juice. Animals do not discriminate when it comes to the food supply. Even the animals that eat mostly plants also get their sources of protein from worms and other things. Kevin already figured that out, that even squirrels that eat nuts do also eat worms and grubs and things of that nature. Okay, so I posted a video that Atara, she's awesome. She posted a video called Orthorexia, or what is it called? Let me see. It's called the malnutrition or something, the extreme sides of vegan and vegetarian and malnutrition. It's called Vegans, the epitome of malnourishment 5. Now I watched a few minutes of it, and it shows the people who already have major imbalances, already have anxiety and body image issues, now adopt this vegan and vegetarian lifestyle. Hey, Amanda. And they take it to the extreme, and you're seeing now a progression, a time progression of them looking like me right now, relatively healthy, to where they are now degrading. They have adopted the extreme side of vegan and vegetarian, and they are progressively looking like concentration camp victims. I mean, it's pretty sad. It's like seeing, it's basically anorexia nervosa characterized as vegan, vegetarianism, clean eating. And so you're seeing the same diseases out there being recharacterized, renamed under different types of cults and followings and dressing up the belief systems. Okay, so I posted that video. And Amanda, you said it was heartbreaking, which, yeah, it is very heartbreaking. But I want to clarify something very quickly. People who eat meat do not torture animals. There are people who are messed up out there who torture animals, but they're not torturing animals to eat them. They're torturing animals because they're so messed up inside. But people who eat meat do not torture animals. So to make that characterization is so extreme and so unfair and vindictive to try to drive your point home, ram your politics down other people's throats. So yeah, I mean, I have new people on my Facebook who discovered this protocol very, very heavily into their politics, especially in the vegan vegetarian world. And I'm saying the whole point of the protocol is that you should be able to eat whatever food that's out there that's FDA approved or a fruit and vegetable. We are not going to discriminate indefinitely on any type of food. Now, in the beginning on the J juice protocol, there'll be certain foods that you're going to avoid for a minute temporarily so you can balance out your biochemistry. But there is still meat on the protocol. There is still chicken. Yeah, you could do turkey. People still do eat off protocol. They still eat meat. They still eat whatever. And they're still doing the protocol, and they're doing relatively okay. I'm not saying that that's what I want everybody to do, because some of you have major acid imbalances and you have a lot of poop in your system, and that eating a large steak and doing the J juice is only going to make things harder. So I'm saying, hey, maybe chill out on the steak for a minute. Chill out on the heavy pork for a minute. Stick with some light chicken. Okay? You still get your animal fats and your animal proteins. You have eggs. do the J juice, you have the fruits, the vegetables, raw seeds, raw nuts, good oils, all of that, no legumes, and give your body a chance to heal. That's why there's a little bit of a discrimination in the protocol in the beginning, but the intention is to fully embrace meat, milk, vegetables, the 4 food groups, carbohydrates, wheat, all of that. The intention is not to demonize anybody for eating a specific food. Now, why am I demonizing the vegans and vegetarians? Because look what they're doing. They're not getting the proper nutrients. Now, this young lady who's new on my Facebook, bless her heart, I know she has good intentions, but she just got triggered by this post because I know her politics. Okay, so when I start conflicting with your politics, the triggers come out. And I understand that. And I recognize it. And I don't fault you for that, because it's not like you can easily just let go of your politics that you've had for like years and years and years. But she goes, let's be fair, when she saw this video, and expose the fully raw vegans that are doing well. Now I posted, let me tell you what I posted. I posted orthorexia, which you see on my Facebook. Orthorexia is the term for a condition that includes symptoms of obsessive behavior in pursuit of a healthy diet. Orthorexia sufferers often display signs of symptoms of anxiety disorders that frequently co-occur with anorexia nervosa and or eating disorders. And so this young lady was a little offended, and so she had to kind of shoot back in a nice way, which I understand. She's trying to be polite. Let's be fair and expose the fully raw vegans that are doing well. First of all, how do you know they're doing well? You don't know their medical history. You do not know what's going on the inside. You think somebody's doing well out there, right? You never thought that they'd be a diabetic, or they have fat issues or heart issues, and they pass away from a heart attack. How many people that you think are doing well basically croak? What is doing well? Doing well is relative to a population that's doing really, really horrible. So yeah, just because you look cute, you're capitalizing on your youth, and then you're trying to sell a protocol, trying to sell a lifestyle, doesn't mean that you're doing well. It just means that you're a great freaking salesman and you came in at the right time looking cute. Looking cute, plastic surgery, and working out does not constitute as doing well internally. Those that sell these types of protocols and lifestyles actually are the more unhealthy ones, and are doing people a disservice than those that are obese trying to sell something. Okay? Because now you are putting out a false perception. So she goes, let's be fair and expose the fully raw vegans that are doing well. You cannot substantiate they are doing well. I don't care how much they tell you, oh yeah, I'm so healthy, I'm so this, I'm so that. You do not know how much fatty acid is swimming around in their body. One of the guys, the guy in there, John Rose, has been doing it successfully for more than 27 years. What does successfully mean? 27 years and he's aging. How is aging and degrading successful in being vegan and vegetarian? If anything, that's actually proving my point. And I know she's not been watching my videos. She's a busy lady, I understand that. But if you're not going to follow me on my videos, you should not be disputing any of my information, because you are not keeping up with the current stuff. And it shows. And so I really had to go in, and she's posting these videos of this girl, Christina, who is cute. I'm telling you, these models out there, when you take someone that looks the part, you take someone that looks cute, that's capitalizing on their good genetics for that certain amount of time, they look cute, they're working out, they have a few muscles, they have nice hair, maybe they got a nip or tuck or two, and you don't know what it is they're doing in the background. All you're seeing is the perception they're putting out there. When you're falling for a perception, guess what? You just got fooled. And then you are thinking that their vegan and vegetarian lifestyle is substantiated. Sorry, that's just another deceptive marketing practice out there that the workout world, as well as these trendy diet worlds, make a shit ton of money on, and they cause more imbalances, because there are people out there with major messed up biochemistry that are going to adopt these lifestyles, and they shouldn't be adopting these lifestyles because they're already They already have malabsorption. Okay, so when you take someone who already has major deficiencies, major imbalances, and you go and tell them to go work out and eat a vegan and vegetarian diet and make them wrong for eating meat and milk and processed foods and wheat and all that stuff, you are essentially contributing to the starvation of that person. Why don't you say, hey, there is a protocol that you've been exposed to, and this is for this young lady. I'm not going to say her name. I don't want to totally call her out, but those of you that are in my group know who she is, because you'll see the post and you'll see my responses. But why don't you promote the vegan and vegetarian lifestyle with the J juice and saying, you know what, I may be politically vegan and vegetarian right now at this point. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah. All right. She's trying to dispute. I'm over it. When you are promoting this type of lifestyle, I'm saying goodbye to her. Because here's the thing, she's not going to get it. And she's not going to be a candidate for the protocol. This is somebody I'm going to be taking out of the group because she doesn't get it. And she's going to drive. There are people out there that are that stuck in their politics, they can't see the forest for the trees. And when you're that politically motivated, there's no way you'll be able to do this. There's no way. So right now I'm taking her out. She can promote that vegan and vegetarian lifestyle and promote the J juice if she wants. She's not going to be promoting anything in my world. She is not a representation of my protocol. Her name is Monette Renee. Monette Renee, you're not a representation, because I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to dispute. I'm not going to play the vegan and vegetarian game with you. And I'm not playing that. So, so hold on a second. I'm being a little reactive right now, but here's the thing. I get too many very politically motivated people in my group that want to influence me. They're not understanding the bigger picture. They're still stuck in their politics. They don't see the forest for the trees. They don't understand there's different biochemistries out there that can't handle that lifestyle, that need the meat and need the milk and need all of those things. Not everybody who is a carnivore is an animal torturer. And that's how she characterizes. That's how she characterizes anyone that eats meat, is that they torture animals. And that is not okay. That is not the point of J juice. Not. And so, so I'm going to get back to my point in a minute. But she's gone. And so, yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, that's what, when you deal with people who are that politically motivated, they can't just say, okay, you know, allow me to put this out there that you can have all the foods. No, when you're that politically motivated, remember, this is a girl that was so excited in the beginning, couldn't say, and I mean, that's what I'm saying. When someone loves you, and they are just right there on your ass, so excited for you. And yeah, this is just more of what I already kind of, Jesus, Lord. Yeah. So, but anyways, I'm going to get to that point in a minute. All right. Delete and block user. Bye. Okay. It's unfortunate because she has, you know, a child that's autistic that's trying to do the protocol, but I have no idea what she's feeding her kid. I'm not even going to go there. I don't want to mess with anybody's world and what they're doing with their children. I'm just over it. So, so anyways, but this is what I'm trying to say, is that when you are promoting a lifestyle such as vegan and vegetarian, I don't care if you talk to somebody's doctor and you're getting confirmation that, oh, they're so beautiful. If they're not doing the J juice, it will only last so long. It will only last so long. There's only so long you can capitalize on your good genetics. And that's what the people out there who are oblivious to how the industry works. When you are one of those influencers Alexandru knows exactly what I'm talking about. He's an influencer. When you're an influencer promoting things that that aren't really universally for everybody, you know that someone's going to have an adverse reaction, and then you have to cover your ass in some way. Okay? And you have to say, well, you know, potentially, or you have to put in all these different loopholes so that way no one holds you accountable for everything that you're saying, that this is a universal thing. Just like I say, potentially you could induce the triggering of indefinite life. It's not guaranteed, because I have no idea what you do in your world. Just like, hey, if you're going to promote a vegan and vegetarian lifestyle and a workout thing, not everybody can handle that kind of lifestyle. Not everybody can be that discriminatory with food, because they need those amino acids, the fats, and maybe they don't need to exercise as much as you exercise. Okay? And so that's why you have to listen to your body. But promoting a vegan and vegetarian lifestyle and then making a total leap, anyone that eats meat tortures animals, is way extreme. That is not a representation of my no. And I knew that's where her head was at. I hadn't exactly triggered her in the right way. And not that I was looking to do that, but I knew it was on her Facebook. And that's why I did focus a few times on vegan and vegetarian and meat and all that stuff. But she wasn't watching my videos. So of course it didn't really resonate until I posted that video, where you could not mistaken where the hell I was coming from. So thank you, Atara. I appreciate Atara posting that video, because I did watch a few of it and I'm like, oh my God, yes. Because you have no idea how, when you're a workout person or when you're an influencer in any way, shape, or form, okay, you have no idea when you're following someone how their insides are. Because they look cute doesn't mean that they're healthy, okay? And that's my whole point, is aesthetics fools the crap out of people. Now, when you are aging and degrading, that already says that you have insides that are imbalanced and the body is cannibalizing itself. But when someone is beautiful looking on Facebook or in their YouTube videos and they're promoting a very trendy diet of vegan vegetarianism or working out so extensively to where it destroys somebody and they look cute, you're putting out a false perception that you're that healthy. Because I'm telling you, anyone that works out to the extent of how some of these people work out are not healthy on the inside. And if they're not doing the J juice, there's no freaking way that they are repairing the damage. Decline. Jason, I'm on. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. On Facebook Live. Yeah, like, don't you have notifications, Jason? What the hell? Hey, Gail. So so just because you know someone that's in the vegan vegetarian world and they look great and they've worked out and all their tests are coming out relatively normal, remember, you have that window. When you have good genetics, you're capitalizing on your good genetics, and then you're projecting something out there on people that don't necessarily share the same genetics. When you are promoting vegan vegetarianism and you look cute and workout stuff, and just because you look great and all of your tests are coming out normal, doesn't mean that somebody else can adopt that same lifestyle. And that's what is wrong in the trendy workout diet world, mainstream, alternative mainstream. And this is what triggered that young lady. This is what triggered her, because she couldn't ignore that video. Vegan and vegetarianism is the epitome of malnutrition. And yeah, you saw the extreme side of it. And then there's all points in between. And then you have ones that can afford to starve themselves to such an extent. Until then you see them, the grain of the hair, the sallowness of their face, the losing the collagen, they hardly have any fat, and they're all like a little bit of muscle, And then you start seeing the graying of the hair, like I said again, and then the systematic degradation. And then, oh, wow, hold on a second, they had a heart attack, you know, down the road. Oh, well, you know, I mean, I'm already seeing it with some of these influencers out there that run a gym, the Jason Christophs out there. Some of you know who Jason Christoph is. He's had health issues, but he's promoting the whole working out stuff. He's promoting anti-vax, vegan and vegetarianism. I don't know, I mean, yeah, vegan, you know, staying away from processed foods, no GMO, all that other stuff. Okay, if you can't handle your environment and your food supply, and you have to demonize somebody because you don't believe that they should be eating meat and milk, you should be able to eat all of the food. There should be nothing in the food supply that you'll discriminate against, nothing. And if you do, it's because you have an imbalance. And when you have an imbalance, you have to fix that imbalance. That way you can eat the meat, the milk, the vegetables, the fruits, the legumes, the fruits, the vegetables, all of that. And that's the point of J Juice, is that you're not pushing any politics on anybody. All you're doing is saying, hey, here is a recipe. Here's a temporary diet. Deal with the pain. Don't be too over the top with this. Don't shove this down people's throats. And definitely don't demonize people who eat meat. Keep your damn politics to yourself, because nobody cares except for your crowd. And just freaking heal. And then do whatever the hell you want. If you still want to stay away from meat, fine. You better not be in an industry or a career field that requires you to have more strength, that will force you to go eat a hamburger. You better be sitting behind a computer on a beach somewhere, completely independently wealthy, where you don't have to exert too much to be able to require you to have a hamburger or some fries. But people are, you know, they're living in this fantasy world that, oh yeah, you're going to be, everyone's sitting behind a desk, living the high life, not having to exert too much. Some people throw steel for a living. Some people go and pave the roads. Some people are roofers out there. You think they're going to be able to handle living on a freaking vegetarian diet? I don't think so. Oh yeah, but we have these workout guys that are vegan and vegetarian and they're building their muscles. Oh, but they're destroying themselves. But they're capitalizing on that little temporary window where they are able to capitalize on their youth. And so yeah, for that short amount of time, they're gonna look like they're the epitome of health. But you have no idea what's going on the inside. And I don't care what doctor told you, oh yeah, everything's great, everything's great, everything's great. You know, it's all relative to perception. Some things are based upon relative to the population. Where are you on that? What is it, that mean or that standard deviate, whatever it is? Where are you on that thing? Like, what is it, the curve? When you grade on a curve? Okay. That's why some people like want to grade on a curve, because now it's based upon the knowledge of the class, not so much the knowledge just, you know, is it right or is wrong? Not, you know, and that's kind of what these doctors do when they do these tests. They kind of do it on a curve. They based upon the general population, and the general population is pretty messed up. So if you're doing a little bit better than the general population, doesn't mean you're healthy. It just means that you're doing a little bit better than the general population. Big freaking whoop. So I don't care if a doctor said that this vegan vegetarian is so healthy. Remember, doctors are practicing medicine. They are matching they're reflecting their population. But the window of life and death is becoming narrower and narrower because people keep procreating on very, very traumatized bodies. So I had a feeling I was going to have a run-in with her. I wasn't sure when. I knew I haven't heard from her in a while. And, you know, and I knew that, you know, okay, I don't know, I don't really know, but I had a feel, well, yeah, as soon as I saw that post or saw that comment, but I'm not afraid to ruffle anyone's feathers, because politics, I don't care about your politics. I don't care about your, I don't care if you're religious. I don't care if you're, you know, if you're a vegan vegetarian. I don't care if you're anti-abortion. I don't care. The Jilly Juice does not discriminate. We don't coddle anyone. We don't cater to somebody's belief systems. We have a food supply. We have a government that keeps law and order. We have a certain 4 food groups. and we have pain that needs to be recategorized. And that's it. So in the whole thing with the whole vegan and vegetarian thing, animals don't discriminate. Yet again, animals don't discriminate. They're like, oh, I'm not going to eat you because, oh my God, I might get fat, or I might do this, or I might do that. Lions will eat meat because they need to. They are living in aggressive climates and they have to go after their food. They don't have the luxury to go live in a house and have people go and work on their house and till a garden and all that stuff. No, lions have to go and catch their food. They're not going to go and plant their food. They are carnivores. Humans are omnivores. We can eat meat and vegetables. And we can kind of get away with either or, but for only so long. Obviously, in our society, you're not going to last long eating just one or the other. You've got to have a balance. I mean, look at the Atkins diet. I knew a guy that was on the Atkins diet. He was in my Toastmasters class. And he was on the Atkins diet like the year before the class. And he said he lost all this weight eating just strictly meat, and that was it. No carbs, no anything, just meat. I'm like, oh my God. And he died like a year later from a heart attack. I'm sure all that meat, all that fat balanced out with electrolytes and sugars and everything else, clogged up his arteries. That's where heart attacks come from. But then, yeah, on the flip side of it, you could be a skinny fat. You can have major imbalances in your fatty acids and maybe totally avoid meat and still die from a heart attack. So I don't care what some doctor said about how healthy a person is on a vegan vegetarian. I don't care how cute you look. You could have like Jennifer Lopez. Oh, she's 50 years old and she looks all cute, all cut up and everything else. She better be doing the protocol, because that cuteness only lasts so long. You can only stretch out your youth for only so long, and with the help of plastic surgery and expensive creams. But remember, the devil does take his due. So I don't buy into the marketing of the lifestyles out there. So yeah. So I had a feeling that I was going to have a run-in with this lady, but I didn't think it'd happen this quick. But you know what? The universe is working with me. So for those of you that haven't seen my last video, I was focusing on heart disease, focusing on strokes and heart attacks, and bagging on Dr. Phil, December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, December 1st through the 3rd. And then one of our friends at my husband's work completely passed out or passed away from a heart attack yesterday. If that isn't the universe saying, hey, I'm glad you're focusing on this, and now we have an example of someone who you thought was healthy, they look, and this is the thing too. Like I was saying, there's two ways to die in our society. In the Western society, cancer and heart disease. Those are the two leading causes of death. And if you're not doing J juice, you're either going to die from heart disease, you're gonna have a heart attack, and you're thinking, oh, she looks so healthy, she looks so beautiful, whatever. She died of a heart attack. These kids that are young are dying from heart attacks because they inherited their parents' genes of too much fatty acid imbalances that was overtaxing their organs. It's all good, Gail. Okay? So, just looking cute and playing those trendy games out there is not enough to keep people alive. Youth is not really enough anymore either, as you can see. So now you have to understand chemistry and biochemistry. And if you don't understand chemistry or biochemistry, you're going to have a rude awakening one day for some of you. Rude awakening. And I'm going to trigger the shit out of some of you. And I'm fine with that. I don't need people who are hanging on my coattails so tightly because they think I'm going to adopt their politics. I purposely don't get too close and coddle to too many of you because I know some of your politics. If I get too close to some of you, then I'm going to compromise my own belief system because you're my friend. you're a supporter. I don't need a bunch of supporters, especially ones with an agenda. So whether you're a, you're an empath who is just, I don't know, trying to influence me in some way, another way, and whether you're a vegan, vegetarian, want to influence another way. I mean, I'm telling you, right? Or someone that's religious, that doesn't want me focusing on religion because they think that I'm going to offend the Catholic Church. It's like, you got to stay true to your convictions. And if her and I are rubbing each other the wrong way, then yeah, she's got to go back. She can take my J juice and go promote it in some way. With the vegan vegetarian, no different, because I had vegans and vegetarians say, oh yeah, we want to interview you, and then they found out what the diet was. There's chicken on there. They freaked out. They're like, well, we're not going to interview you now because you have meat on your protocol. I'm like, whatever. I'm not trying to adopt your politics here. It's very hard to stay true to your belief system when you have so many influences. So that's why people adopt things so easily and so readily, things that are actually not good for them, because they don't have their own convictions, or if they do, it's not really their convictions, it's somebody else's, until they actually adopt their own. But that does take time, and it takes experience. It takes time on this planet. 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years is not enough to really know your own politics. You know enough, but even 45 years, my age, is not enough to really understand the bigger picture. And I'm learning the bigger picture. Oh, I'm not there yet. And I will never profess to be there. I'm thinking that when I'm 70 or 80 or 90, maybe 100, I think 100 years, when you lived at least 1 century and you're still coherent, you have wisdom. Now let's take a step further. You live 100 years and you look like you're 36. That's what I'm aiming for. So no, I'm not going to get caught up in the politics out there. No freaking way. So yeah, I will piss off a lot of people. I will, and I don't care. Because in the end, are you going to live or are you going to die? And most people, if not all people, want to live. Even when they say they don't want to die, or they don't want to live forever, they don't want to die tomorrow. They don't want to die next week. They don't even want to die next year. Oh, I'm not afraid of death. Okay, and that's not talking about being afraid of death, but you don't know how you're going to leave. You don't know how you're going to have. Here's the thing. It's not even about dying like the guy yesterday who died of a heart attack. Okay. He's not half paralyzed or half this. No, he's just dead. And that sucks. Sucks for his family, sucks for people around. It sucks for my husband, because it's like, making him aware of his own mortality, and holy crap. But when you get a symptom like a stroke or a heart attack and you don't actually die, but you're half paralyzed, that will do a number on you and your family. It will change your life. And some people find God when those times happen too. What is God? God is life. Kanye West, Brad Pitt, all these stars that are like, had a really crazy lifestyle, was overindulged to the max. And then they've triggered certain things that cause them to now find God. What is God? God is life. Here's the thing with the whole thing with the Bible and the jelly juice, they are totally a lot the same. Genesis, pain is healing. I'm looking at the 5 books of Moses going like, how can I liken this to the J juice without utilizing the actual scripture and the words to turn off people who are atheists? So I know that the Bible is an actual example of the beginning of life. Explained not in a scientific way, but explained in an allegorical way. So reproduction and the 5 books of Moses, the Old Testament, are one of the same. They are one of the same. Pain is the genesis to healing. And that means that some of your politics are going to have to go to the wayside. So either the J juice will confirm your politics, or it'll completely change your politics. One of the two. And I'm thinking like the 10 plagues is when you violate the law of God, violate life, the laws of life. Now you get, 10 plagues. Pestilence, I mean, you name it. The 10 plagues is basically God punishing people for violating the laws of their body. It's called cancer, disease, and chronic illness. The 10 plagues is cancer, disease, and chronic illness. So there's something to the Bible and science, and that's why science and religion are one and the same, and that's why there is no difference between atheists and Christians and Catholics, except for their stance on life and death. Okay? Right, Gail. Seder plate. Okay, so another one bites the dust as far as the lady off my Facebook. Another one bites the dust. That was quick. But it's better to be quick than draw out something that was not real. I don't believe in fake friendships and fake support. I mean, that's fine that you have your own politics, but you don't ram your politics down my throat in my own group and justify it. All right, you guys have a good day. Bye. Religion is not a crock. It's another way of explaining life and death, Gail. All right, bye.